Tuesday, October 10th. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving on to the acceptance of the minutes for the meeting of September 25th. Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you. Nothing under audience. We'll have reports for the month of September. For administrators, Dr. Harrison, Ms. Shipper, Mrs. Shifley, guidance, Ms. Black, the nurse, Ms. Pang, and pupil personnel services with Dr. Miniglia. 4 motions to approve.
And 4 seconds.
All those in favor? Thank you. Under school newsletters, we have Eston, Phelps, the middle school, and the high school. They were emailed to us. Any questions or comments?
I would just like to say that Eston received a donation from South Shore Taco Guy for a little play miniature taco truck, and I think it's adorable. And I just wanted to publicly say thank you to South Shore Taco Truck.
Oh, that was really cool of him. That was nice. Thank you, Mr. Taco Guy. Anything else? No?
Nope.
Okay, we'll move on from there. Under old business with the Phelps Elementary School update.
So last week we met with the building committee and we were discussing upgrades to the softball field, and we approved a spend of roughly $49,000, might be a little more depending on the final price of the softball field getting updated. We have also discussed a additional storage shed for sporting equipment. The project is almost $11 million under budget, but at the same time, we also don't want to be throwing everything in that at the end of a project, you get to a point where it's like, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that. We don't want to be doing that, especially with taxpayers' money. We want to be responsible with the budget that we were given. We are under budget, but at the same time, like I just said, we don't want to just keep spending. So we're kind of getting those prices out. The turf field had their first soccer game today, so that's up and running. There's still some kinks to be worked out, but it looks great. And that's all I have about Phelps.
Okay. Any questions or comments on anyone?
Can I just add one thing?
Yes, you may.
Yes, you may. I was going to mention it in the superintendent's report, but the final paving at Phelps, there's still another layer to put down in the parking area and the drop-off areas. So that will happen tomorrow. So we're asking that all staff and anyone else is cleared out of the parking lot by 4 p.m. tomorrow, which is Wednesday the 11th. The new parking lot will be ready in the morning, but again, everyone needs to be cleared out of there by 4 p.m. tomorrow. So just wanted to put that out publicly.
And the pickup for the after-school program will be in the diagonal parking spots in front of Phelps. That will still be open, but they won't be able to drive around it. But they can walk across and meet their children. And everyone who is signed up for after-school care has been notified of the pickup change.
Okay. And so then the driveway will be available, the parking lot will be available again?
In the morning.
In the morning?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
And is that weather dependent, or, because I think, is tomorrow going to rain?
It's not going to rain, it's weekday.
Okay.
True.
Yeah, that's part of the issue. They
figured,
wanted to
yeah.
pave during the day, but then safety concerns were raised, and they've had trouble paving in the afternoon. Evidently, this is something that's going on for everyone. Paving has been a problem. So they've worked out a solution, and we'll have it done by the morning after tomorrow.
And it is still very wet down there. Are they going to dry that up over and shop
do
back,
a
I
paving
guess?
magic.
I don't know.
No, it's like Mr.
Push it
Taylor will
out.
tell you, it's just they're a machine.
Okay.
Yeah, they know when they can and when they can't, because if they don't, it doesn't bind.
Yeah.
And it's been a major crunch all over the South Shore because of, this is when all the Chapter 90 money is spent
Yeah.
for road work, and they've been taken offline virtually every weekend for the last 13 weekends.
And don't you have to have paving done by like November 1st?
Yes, there's a
Yeah.
freeze, and so
Yeah.
we were looking at November 7th, which was Election Day, and then November 10th, which was Veterans Day, but they were really concerned, and they penciled that in an emergency if something, all of a sudden we have another hailstorm tomorrow at
Yeah.
5 o'clock, and we're not able to do it. But hopefully, all systems go. They have all the equipment and the crew, ready to mobilize tomorrow. They'll start mobilizing at 4, paving at 5:30.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for working so diligently to get that accomplished.
Mr. Burke.
Anything else? Any other? No? Okay. We'll go on to completed fundraisers. I was not flipping my pages because I was listening.
It's all in the middle of it.
Why don't I? Where's this? Oh, it's hooked, I see. I have it. Thank you. Thank you. We have Class of 2026 Chipotle Night. Was on September 20th. They raised $156.73. And then on to requests for fundraisers. We have, they're stapled together.
Other way. Just flip one page.
I can't flip, that's the trouble. Yeah. Okay, sorry. Travel Club Charleston Wrap Catalog Sales for October, November 1st. Class of, we'll do that one.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? And then the Class of 2027 Gift Card Raffle from November to December.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? And then the Key Club has a bake sale November 2nd of this year.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor? All right. On to our homeschool application requests. Dr. Cron?
I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, to just call an audible and table this until the next
Sure.
meeting.
Okay.
I'm just
Sure.
noticing something in the application I just want to ask a question about.
Sure.
Is that okay? All right,
Absolutely.
appreciate it, thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to table.
Motion to table?
Second.
All those in favor? Okay. And now we'll move back to you, Dr. Cron, for superintendent's report.
Thank you. Last week, on Thursday night, October 5th, at 6:30 PM in the high school cafeteria, we held our first multilingual learner night. We had a great turnout. We signed out families for health benefits, some community resources, some legal assistance. We provided some X2 help for families so they could better connect. And I want to thank Rachel Salaka for organizing this event. And it was a good start, very good start. I want to remind the committee and the public that Rockland Public Schools are undergoing a targeted review by the Department of Education this year. There are 6 overall standards that they use to rank, to judge, to hold us accountable for criteria, and we are being, since it's targeted, they cover 3 of the 6. So we are being reviewed this year for curriculum and instruction, assessment, and student support. These are 3 areas that I feel we are very strong in, so I'm happy to have them come in and look at what we're doing. Hopeful we can learn some new things, so it's always good to do. It is a lot of work, to be honest. It's a lot of uploading and sharing and giving all kinds of information, but it's always nice to have anyone from the outside come in and take a look at what we're doing and see if we can do it better. But these are 3 areas that I feel we are very, very strong in, particularly in student support. I think we do some things in this district that are admirable, if not notable on a state level. And so I'm very happy to have them come in and take a look at what we're doing and get their feedback. So we're looking forward to that.
Dr. Cron, before you move
Yeah.
on,
Mhm.
that's across all school levels? So
Absolutely,
the whole thing.
yeah, the
Okay.
entire district.
Okay.
So they will be conducting, they'll be coming in for a week in February, February 26th through Friday, the March 1st, they will be here. They'll be conducting interviews, they'll be meeting with members of this committee, students, parents, teachers, a whole cross-section, doing interviews, doing focus groups. And I'm leading this process with support from Jane and from Dr. Maniglia. And Dr. Maniglia led our most recent DESE review process, and I want to say 2013, but I should have looked up that number. But she's been through this before, so happy to have her helping. So that's going on, and we're excited about it. Also want to share that Jane and Mark are pursuing an Improving Ventilation and Air Quality in Public School Buildings grant through the Department of Education. And this is nicely dovetailing with some work that we had done at the end of last year. We had a Consulting Engineering Services LLC out of Norwood who conducted a complete review of Eston's HVAC system. It's really an example of, if you go and you buy a new home and you move in and you're like, wow, look at the new lights, look at the new this, and this is amazing, and how did I ever live with this? And it's really a case of, Eston is in very good condition for what it is, but when you compare it to Phelps or you compare it to even Rogers and the high school, you begin to go, well, and we want the best for our kids and for our faculty and staff, so we are pursuing a grant and want to do as much as we can to make sure that ventilation and air quality at the Eston is as good as it can be. So.
And to be honest, we would be putting the money into Jefferson and Memorial Park and not necessarily to Eston the last however many years.
Right.
So it's probably finally Eston's turn.
And it also, this grant, it targets communities that have our demographics.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're an excellent candidate, so we hope to pick up some funding there. And again, thank you to Jane and to Mark for pursuing that. And not to repeat, but I think it's very exciting and want to note that the first, as far as I know, the first Rockland High School event on the new turf field was held today, and by the girls soccer team, and I think it's amazing, and I just think it's important to pause and sort of consider the thousands and thousands of children over the next however many years that will enjoy experiences on that field, and again, kudos to the town for the foresight to have that be part of the school building project, and we look forward to working closely with the Parks Department to maximize the use of this facility moving forward. And that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Cron.
Thank you.
Any questions for Dr. Cron? No? Okay. We'll move on to our public service announcements. Hope we'll have you get us started.
So we have two events coming up. The first one is Mr. Rockland. If you're not familiar, it's like almost a talent show type thing, with the senior boys all competing for the title of Mr. Rockland. They'll get the parking spot at the high school. So that is October 19th at 7 p.m. and it's $5 at the door. And we're hoping to get as many people as possible. Public is open to come, students, whoever wants to come. We're trying to get a lot of people for that. And then we have Project Pumpkin on October 28th, which has been a big community-wide event for years now. It is $7 per kid, and then $5 with a non-perishable like cans or anything. And then it's no more than $10 a family, so if there's more than one kid. And yeah, I think that's all I have.
All right, thank you.
It's a great event.
It is. It used to be Operation Goblin back in the day.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my kids, when they were little, loved. We have so many great pictures from that.
Yeah, it's always a good take. All right. We'll move on to you, Ms. Hennessy.
So I just wrote down a couple of the great fall activities that are happening. These were all in the newsletter, so we recommend that you read them and you go through them. There's a lot of great pictures. So I have for Phelps, there's a candy bar bingo on the 17th and 19th and a charity volleyball game with the fourth graders against staff on the 25th. So that I think are always great events for the little ones. And then to follow along, the middle school is having a candy drive, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, to support Project Pumpkin. So they donate all the candy that is given out to the kids during that. And then in RHS, there's an open house for 8th grade students and their families on the 25th. So a lot of really cool things as you move up from 8th grade to explore the high school. And then with all of those events, we do need volunteers. So reminder to get your query checks done if you want to volunteer in the school system. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you. You weren't keeping it focused on just the high school?
No,
You
I
said
read
this
all
2
the
weeks ago.
newsletters. I love them. And I don't think we call out as much since
the
they're
younger
not
grades.
always really just, for that population.
Right. I feel like now that we have high school kids, we don't sort of shout out to the lower grades, so that was kind of you. We'll go on to you, Ms. Davidson.
I'd like to congratulate the football team on Friday night. They had a great victory over Norwell. It was the homecoming game, and also Miss Rockland was held. Congratulations to Miss Eli for winning. And then today I was supposed to have a tour at Eston with Mrs. Jan, but unfortunately she was out sick, so I'm hoping to reschedule that for next week, just to see the renovations, and the playground is also being installed or updated this week as well. And that is all I have.
Thank you. Dr. Morrow Small?
I have nothing tonight.
I don't either. So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? That's a vote. Thank you. Have a good night.